Attackers incoming.
Alright, everyone. This is Phinneas Crow. As you can see, we are back again in Route 66, playing a little Moira. Oh, Moira.
I grow tired of waiting.
You know what's irritating is I had to bind, because of the way my brain works, I had to bind my left trigger and right trigger. So that's my right trigger, despite the fact it's her left hand. That's my left trigger, despite the fact it's her right hand. Fucks me up if I pay attention to it. Like, if I watch what's going on with her hands, I can't think. I'm like, okay, that's heel. Which trigger am I supposed to be using? Yeah, very confusing.
I cast this forth.
Actually, my Hanzo binding's really weird too, but that's kind of the expected. Just when you play a lot of a character, you end up having to tweak it a little bit. Just got my Moira ass handed to me because I'm busy talking to you all. Getting low levels. Is that good?
Our enemies return.
Is that better? Is that easier on everybody's fucking ears? Or is it because my equipment's falling apart? Don't know. We're gonna work on it. So, I had this long conversation today. Well, a long text conversation. That's it. Is the woman who I have met online. It's not like we've dated. It's not like we're acquaintances. I'm not really sure what word you're supposed to use for that. But the potential... Oh, God, I feel disgusted. I feel disgusted with myself. You can just feel that disgust rising up.
There was a flaw in my approach.
Just a wretched creature. Loneliness has driven me to this point. But anyway. So we're having this long text conversation, and text conversations, well, it's very easy to develop. I don't know how to say this. When I was younger, I developed a lot of unhealthy relationships with people online. I traveled all the way to Australia to meet a woman I met online. I was 19, she was 26. Yeah, and then she slept with another guy I met online. It's a whole fucking thing. It's a whole fucking thing. There's the internet community is a little bit crazy. It's a little bit crazy. But I went all the way to Australia. But I'm saying that as you get older, it's a lot easier because you just learn that it's a tool. Whereas when I was younger, when you go into internet dating, it's you start to fulfill all. You start to fixate yourself with all these fantasies about exactly what you should be doing or how you should be doing it or what this person is like. And as you get older, you get rid of a lot of those fantasies, and thus can actually focus more on the reality of what's there, and you can use the tool appropriately rather than picking up a hammer and thinking, I'm going to build a whole fucking house, I'm going to build a mansion with this. You pick up the hammer and go, okay, maybe if I use this right, I can put a few nails down. And that's it. You use Match.com or eHarmony or whatever. Don't use eHarmony. Nothing's good about that site. Nothing's good about it. No, actually, internet dating is fine, but yeah, there's a lot of lunatics. Anyhow, so this...
Thank you for your contributions. Get into position.
Bam. Bam. I'm just bamfing around, just nightcrawling my shit because I can.
Aircraft primed and ready.
So yeah, I had this long conversation online or through text with this woman who I met online, and she's very nice, and more than that, we have a lot in common. We have a lot of similarities. I mean, judging, you have to accept the context. Granting the premise, I suppose. Granting the premise and granting that it's an online conversation, I can't determine how much. It's that we communicate in a similar style through the format, given the medium. We seem to have similar styles, and hopefully that can translate. And usually it does. For the most part, it does translate into at least being able to tolerate each other, especially if you've got a few more years. You've learned to temper your expectations. You don't get that pie-eyed, dewy-eyed, doe-eyed I don't know why your eyes have anything to do with what you're doing, but you don't get that when you're, you've had a little more cynicism, and you go, okay, it might be magic more likely than not. This is just another person who's going to blow me off and seem cute online, but here's why it's important, and we're maintaining this text conversation. Now the question there is, why haven't we met, I suppose? It's been a few days. How long do you really want to drag this out? Well, you don't necessarily. But it's also, it's still establishing a connection, and sometimes it's better to take it slowly. And in the online community, I don't think we've properly come to terms with the fact that online dating is its own animal and has its own rules. And so using more traditional dating or courting, let's say, methods, you're not going to get as far. You have to use unique methods and ideologies when you're approaching internet dating. So in these lengthy text conversations that we're having, that's important. That's a part of the courtship process in the online world. Unless if you are looking for a hookup, if it is just to get them into bed as quickly as possible. All right, fine. That's a whole that in and of itself. Let's call it internet predation. Is very different than internet dating. So we have these lengthy text conversations, and it's good. It provides a safe way of us being able to get to know each other and get to learn the other person's communication style when we're not together. Is this somebody who you can tolerate on a personal level when they are not around you? Because let's face it, in relationships, you're not always going to be around each other. So finding them sexy, that's great. Is that a great way to build a relationship? I'm not going to say no. But oh, right. Oh, that was there, right? You got to be careful. You really want to think of Hanzo when you're going to Hanzo ult. When you're going to throw that dragon strike, here's how you want to throw it. You don't want to throw it like what he did back there was he did a cross hatch. And I used to do that because you think, okay, that's perfect. I'll catch him unawares, and then I'll just blow through the entire team. It doesn't really work because as soon as they realize where it's coming from, they just pop forward or backward. You've got to throw it. You've got to throw it kind of diagonally. Think of it, and that's what I'm saying. Think of Hanzo like a bishop. He's not a rook. If you play him like a rook, and I'm talking chess now. If anybody's not following what I'm saying there, I imagine you all know what a rook is, but chess is, and no familiarity in the game. But yeah, so you want to kind of cross hatch it. You want to make sure that you're throwing it. I tried to port. I did. Right at the last second. Once again, it's those old man hands. Sucks to get old. And it's going to happen, dudes. It's going to happen, because if you're watching this, I'm betting you're still spry, because you're playing Overwatch. It's going to get you, man. It's going to get you. It's going to get you, Pharaoh. Here's the thing, for all first-person shooters, here's the like noob advice I want to give to everybody. Aim, then shoot. And by that I mean, don't do what I do, I shoot, then aim. But aim, then shoot. Figure out where you're putting your bullets, or your fire, or whatever, because you'll watch. I mean, if you pay attention to how much goddamn healing I tend to waste. I mean, I'm obviously not going to do it now, because I'm thinking about what I'm doing. But by and large, when my head's not exactly in the game, I'm pointing this thing all fucking hinky. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? Convalescence. I want convalescence. Oh my god. I want to make you convalesce. Oh, let's convalesce. Why? Because mercy. It's so nice. It's so nice when you see the other team like jump in and support each other, and my team is back here just beating that meat mercilessly. See, and you saw how much of that was just garbage healing. Look at that. Okay, should be back live just after that healing debacle. Healing. What's going on here? But it's nice, especially. Here's the thing: is I'm a hyper-verbal person, especially when it comes to. I was a freelance writer for a number of years, and you can't do that without being able to. Pardon me. Generate just a lot of words, because that's your job. In being a hyper-verbal person, what's my point? Game ends, thoughts end. Big Nick 0630. You know what? I'm going to keep it all in. Keeping it all in. All in. Did we win or lose? Oh, we won. Okay. Good on us. Barely. Barely. The Goku and Big Nick and lowest Horizon 91. What's that a reference to? Do you know? I bet I could spend my life if you just went through game after game of Overwatch, really any game, and you just tried to figure out what everybody's fucking online handles mean. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that's a lifetime. If you were to try to figure out Mr. Goopers, if you were to try to figure out mine, you would have to. It would have to get filed under whatever bullshit. It's just something that sounded good that they went with. Because that's basically what it is. It's something that sounded good that I went with. I just went with it with consistency for years and years and years. All right, and now we're up to watching Anna. I don't like any of Anna's skins. I like the owl skin, okay. That's cool. I don't. The rest of her skins, I think, are kind of shit. Can I do appearance
Never
changes?
stop fighting for what you
Maybe not in the
believe.
waiting period. All right. I'm going to bounce out of there. I'm going to bounce like a dryer sheet. Springtime fresh. Oh yeah, springtime fresh. Springtime fresh. I'm not sure how I feel about this contrite Reaper pose they got going on. I mean, look with the brow. Oh, tousled hair. Poor tousled. Got a bunch of cords coming out of him. I don't think I want to know a whole lot about that. What the fuck was going on with Reaper? He needs cords in his forearm. What are you doing? What are you doing? You need cords in the forearm. Well, now here's the question. If this is Reaper when he was alive, like as a human being, did he still just chuck his goddamn guns away? I understand that's a running gag, and it's a good one. It's a good one. My hat's off to Blizzard for the running gag of Reaper throwing his guns away. It's the most ridiculous. It's just fuck you. We're a video game. No movies about giant fucking shotguns. I just toss them. Why? Because we fucking can. I get that, but but if you're trying to then introduce the fantastical elements with this somehow human element of somebody who is troubled and I don't know. Vaguely, look at the size of his nose. I don't think that's like Darkman. Anybody know a Darkman? Darkman from back in the 90s? Back in the 90s. No, that's Liam Neeson, baby. That's Liam Neeson before Liam Neeson was Liam Neeson. Darkman. But yeah, and so he had, I mean, that's like the Invisible Man's nose. It's just like this prosthetic. It was neither prophetic nor prosthetic. It was just a prosthetic. Yeah, it's a little bit pathetic. Oh, if you ask me. That's more Keith Richards, it is. Actually, it's not at all. It's not at all, because Keith Richards doesn't sound anything like that. Actually, my normal voice sounds more like Keith Richards than that sounds like Keith Richards. Anyhow, we gotta lock this down.